Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, inside the HuiNa Toys wheel loader bulldozer. Anyways, so I removed the motor drive system for the shovel because I want to see what makes this thing tick. Because I find that, you know, it can't quite lift half a pound, which to me was kind of a little disappointing compared to the excavator and the logger. They can actually lift quite a lot more weight. But one of the things I did find here was the screws weren't tightened all the way inside. And so that was kind of like, interesting. So the casing wasn't properly assembled at the factory. So I'm going to slam this thing back in here. And we'll see what happens here. Let's make sure that we get this in the down position. Okay. And then we're going to fire this thing back up and try some weight lifting again, and just to see what happens. But this thing is really easy to get into. There's only like 6 screws that hold it together, which is not too bad. Oh, these screws are a pain in the neck. There we go. So I'll reassemble this and then I'll start the video back up. Okay guys, so what I've done is just put it back on top for now, so I'm going to hold it down in place. But this is the bag of slingshot ammo we started with the first time when we're pushing the limits, and I want to see if you can do this now that all the screws are tight on the mechanism. No, I still can't do that one. So, I didn't expect it to create any miracles of any kind. So, back to the other ones that we had. Let's see if it'll lift this one. No. Still lift this one. Yeah, you can still do this one, no problem. So this is the one that's about 0.32 or 0.36. So we've got that. So I've got a couple extra bearings here. We're just going to throw those in. No. One extra. Let's try that. No. 2. Oop. So one extra bearing, so that's probably going to end up being, I don't know, 0.38 maybe, somewhere around there. So obviously tightening the screws down on this thing didn't solve a darn thing. So that wasn't the issue. But there is a safety mechanism built into this thing in the little gearbox. Now is to decide if I want to bypass that or if I want to just leave this toy as is. Now as far as the rest of this machine goes, let me just make sure the camera's on a good angle here for you guys. Alright. So you've got 2 motors in the back actually, with drive shafts that go up to the front and go through actually these 2 wheels here as well. So that's what your driving mechanism is all about. And of course there's your little controller board that controls everything. And of course this is the module with the motor in it for lifting your bucket up and down. And I gotta tell you though, this thing does have some pretty heavy duty gears on it. So I'm going to give you a good close-up of that while we're in here. Put those over there. Now, I'm not totally disappointed with this machine. I mean, I've got a review on this and I stick to my findings. It's still a great little machine and everything. But you guys got to realize too, it is a toy grade machine, so you can't expect it to lift 5 pounds of weight. But at least we know what kind of weight it can actually lift. And it doesn't do too bad. It'll actually pick up a half a bucket worth of the heavy sand that I have in my driveway. So it does well with that. So anyway, so this is your main module in here. Now this is the gear system, and it's the one with the chunky teeth here that goes against here that's going to do all the lifting. And then of course this is a main drive gear off of another set of gears inside. And so let's see what makes this thing actually tick. I'm kind of curious as to how these things are actually put together inside, and see if there is a safety on this that we can actually glue and get around to maybe make it a little bit better for lifting, or maybe not, you know. But we shall see. Now the one big thing is taking this apart carefully so that the gears don't explode everywhere on me. So, from the looks of things, this is going to be the gears in here that are part of the safety, and they're on a spring load. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to get around that one. I'll have to do some thinking and configuring out to see, but quite the amount of gears. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 levels altogether if you count the pattern going up. There's actually 9 levels, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main gears. And this one in here is the safety gear. So we got to figure out how to deal with that if we can. So, but that's the inside of the call it the transmission for the shovel anyway. And that's what you can expect to find. So the motor itself is not an issue as far as lifting capacities and that go. Gearing ratio I don't think is going to be that big of a deal, though a little bit, but it's that safety that kicks in to prevent the stripping of the gears. Now if you do bypass the safety on this, just be aware that at that point you can damage gears. And right now I know Banggood does not have a replacement gearbox for this shovel yet, so that's something to think about before you attempt to bypass the gears at all. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to still take it apart and see what makes this whole thing tick with the safeties, and you know, I might bypass it. I'm not quite sure yet, but either way you guys got to see an inside view of this thing, so you know what's inside and what the layout is in there and how things are put together. So, pretty cool little setup, I think. And anyway, so thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.